All right. Did you have questions, or do you want me to just go for it? Let me just clear. Must be a new TikTok thing. Interesting. Somebody comes forward for you, Beck. There's a lady with short brown hair. You can see like ringlet type curls. I don't know who that is for you. I see her presenting in shorts. Slim build, slim to average build. Maybe size 10 to 12. Okay, can you go for it? Yes. So much happening, and career. We can focus on career at the end as well. If we want, if it doesn't show, let's have a look. Welcome in. If you're just joining us, these are paid readings at the moment. I have a few that I'm getting through. If you would like one, they can be booked on my website. Yeah, it feels I want to say that she feels like grandmotherly, but I also feel like she's more of a friend, an acquaintance, more of a friend. But she gives this grandmother type energy, but I don't feel like it's directly related to you. She's coming through. There is a Cancer connection there too. Something about apple trees as well. No idea. Interesting. Cards went good. Try again. There we go. I'm like, so far they've only given me one card. I want to ask what cycles are you repeating, Bex? Let me just turn around here. Oh, well, that didn't work. This one still ended up on the floor. What cycles are you repeating? Yours starts with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune says that we've been here before. Then we have King of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and the World. The World is also showing this sort of repetition of something. And then I hear, if you don't like the program, change the channel. Very cutthroat way of saying it. Your cards are sticky too. They just don't want to fall out. So a lot going on. Let's have a look. Let's make a start. See where we can get a breakthrough. The Wheel of Fortune will always show me one of two things. It'll show me that somebody is stuck in cycles, or it'll show me those, you know, those destined to be type cycles, new beginnings, things like that. For you, it's showing we've been here before. So when that happens, where are you not learning the lessons? Could relate to a lot. That's okay. Hey, Kim. They want you to strengthen boundaries as well. You've got the King of Wands too. Being all about boundaries, motivations. Why do you have boundaries in place? Where do you need to reinforce boundaries? Do you need to apply more boundaries because boundaries are being overstepped? This shows like the boundaries, they're talking about boundaries, shows like somebody is definitely overstepping, and it's showing as backstabbing, little jibes. Who is this for you? You again, you don't need to reply here. Just let me know if you know if that makes sense. Because it's weird, because the energy comes from the back. And this tells me that you, like this is either behind your back, or they do it in front of your face, but it's disguised as something else. They're not genuine. Whoever this is, they're not genuine. And maybe that's why that lady showed up. It's like a friend. I don't know who that is, so give me the name. Jenny, Jennifer, Jenny, Jennifer. And then the World card. The World card in my mind is showing as things not moving forward, things being stuck. There's resistance. Oh, there's frustration here too. There's frustration. I want to be moving forward and I can't. What is this energy? It's like everything I do feels like I'm being blocked. And then, see, I don't know what this frustration is. Stuck on it, yeah, stuck is how everything feels. Yeah, it feels stuck. I feel frustrated. I feel anger. I feel like I want to shake the shit out of somebody. And it's like, no matter what I do, I can't fix this. That's what my guides are telling me coming from you. I can't fix this. I don't know what to fucking do. And they're telling you, you don't have to do anything. Why do you feel like you need to fix this? Because that wanting and that need to fix it is creating the resistance. And then I also hear, they're so useless. I don't know who they are. But also that's a perception of somebody. Somebody, someone, some people, I don't know. And it's just that. It's a perception. And how somebody chooses to do something doesn't have to be necessarily in the way that we expect someone to do it because we would do it differently. That's where we add those layers of pressure on ourselves for no reason. So you've got the World card, which is showing that everything's topsy-turvy at the moment. The Moon card is here too, which is the fear, the shadows. what you see in your outward world is always a reflection of you. So what sort of turmoil are you struggling with within yourself at the moment? Or that you can take a step back and observe what is happening around you to go, okay, that's where my struggle is. That's where I'm struggling. And then can you apply compassion there? Compassion to self, forgiveness to self, love to self, all of those things, and really hold space to nurture yourself genuinely, so then you do eventually see this change within your environment. And I know it's harder being school holidays and things like that, but those things that you're being shown at the moment are illusions. You do have the Nine of Wands here. Nine of Wands is also a reminder of, you know, creating boundaries, healthy boundaries that you can enforce, if you will. That there's no like forcing an outcome, forcing something moving going forward. Thanks, Brandy. It's not working for you at the moment. You should, oh, I can't even, I've got to start up. You should be doing the opposite of what you're doing. And the stutter is because you're not aligning with your truths. You're still trying to do and manage everything else around you, which is why the resistance there. What ways can you look at things to change your perception around something that's bothering you? It feels true, yeah. You've got Temperance here too, asking you to go inwards. The support and strength for you with the Nine of Wands. Again, Nine of Wands is another card that I relate to illusions in our outer world, because again, that wand is not fixed there. She can move it. She has a clear path forward. But what she's creating in her own mind, in her own surroundings, is keeping her stuck. Keeping her trapped. So where can you take a step back and see the illusions for what they are? Where can you go? Maybe you need to label things. How is this important and helpful for me right now? If it's not, let it go, because it's not mine to worry about. How is this important to me? Is this something that I need to fix right now? No, it's not. Let it go. And keep moving about your day like that if you need to have those reminders to bring you back into the present body, to bring you back into what's really important here and what's not, rather than getting frustrated around things that may be out of your control, or the perceived ideas that somebody should be doing something differently because that's the way that I would do it. Those things are not helpful to us. They never have been. And when we can step back and see those things about ourselves, then you realize just how silly to have so much focus on something like that. I like this. Six of Wands. You'll get a handle on it, and we've got the Hierophant here. You'll learn the lessons as well surrounding whatever that is for you. I don't know who that backstabbing friend is, but there's, you know, there's somebody there that comes through with deceiving type energy. Two of Cups is here as well. This is like the Peace card in the Oracle deck, so whatever your concerns right now, it will pass. Just like every other moment like this passes. It's just how long do we need to hold on? So try to focus on surrendering and going, what can I learn in these moments? What is my takeaway here? Queen of Cups is also reminding you to go back and connect with yourself, particularly around truths. It is also asking you to tap into your creativity by doing more of the things that you love. It's going to keep you grounded, and it's going to shift your focus and your attention. But again, it's that creative aspect that brings joy. Again, Four of Wands. Again, another one about creativity. So fours to me is also foundations as well. So strengthening your foundations, strengthening things from the bottom up. So the bottom up being the reference for you. What can I strengthen within myself to change how my outer world looks? And then the Empress energy here too for you, which I love. So all of those things can come in, but it's just recognizing in the moment that they are just moments. They have no control over you. They never did have any control over you. And what can you do in this present moment? What is helpful to you? What is not? Did you have questions around that, Becs? And we can shift our focus onto careers as well. Yeah, a lot of internal conflicts going on. 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is one of my internal conflict cards, and then 6 of Cups, which is reminding you to make peace with the past. And this is a card of reconciliation, a card from, you know, identifying where does this come from traumas. I think I need to take that all the way and think about it. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Sometimes it's like we've got to step back enough to be able to see it. But whatever you're doing right now is not helping you. And getting frustrated about it being out of your control is also not helping as well. That's what I always try to ask in those moments, is like, what do I need to learn here? What about this situation do I need to do? Sabrina! And a lot of that is just going inwards as well. Like being gentle and nurturing to self. And also realizing that, you know, a day later, 5 days later, maybe none of that matters during, like, down the road. We look back and we go, oh, you know, I really could have handled that differently. And then depending on how we look at it, that could either spiral into some sort of guilt trip or spiral into something else. But it's really important to remain calm and kind, compassionate in those moments. You creeped successful before, did you? Damn it. Did you have questions around career, Becs? No, that energy backed right off. You never meet them though? Never met them? Yeah, she feels, oh gosh, she feels like grandmotherly. Somebody's grandma. She shows me a 3-year-old granddaughter. I don't see others there, but that doesn't mean that there aren't others. And then she's got this shorter, she has natural curls, but she wears her hair short. I see it as being brown, but it has shifted into, you know, when brown starts to go grey. Not like streaky white grey or anything like that. It's like the hair could potentially be brown or grey. You could see that colour shade difference. I mentioned a Cancer connection. She's also very fun. Seems fun with a good sense of humour. Your stepdad's late wife. Yeah, I see her in shorts. She specifically highlights shorts. Kind of like the, you know, the above knee style shorts. I don't know what the name is. Zip. They have a zip. A zip and a button. Belt loops. Oh, I'm staying on for a bit, Kim. No, Charlie. I'm confused why you think the family friend would be yours. Charlie, this is a paid reading for Becs, so I'm only focusing on Becs, love. Careers, any question in particular around careers? Yeah, job in my head. Becs, how long have you been looking at work? The reason I ask is you've got that Five of Swords right at the beginning, which is still that internal conflict. So it could be... It feels like it's been quite the journey to try and get work. And then the longer it goes on, the more you struggle with the way in which you talk to yourself, you know, the internal dialogue. And then you can hear it in my voice as this energy of feeling disheartened that quite possibly I may not get a job. So it's a range of emotions there. Gotcha. 2 months, but a lot of pressure. It hasn't been easy either, because the Mother Star card shows, and she's always shows when the journey's been really rough, high highs, low lows, lots of up and downs, and almost difficult to keep my head in a positive space. And Temperance also shows for this as well. A lot of going inward and finding that balance. It feels like a really funny void space for you at the moment, Bex, as in, like, on one hand, if I were to tell you what is it that you want to do and then do that authentically, and it's like, well, at the moment it's crunch time and I need to find fucking something and I want something, and then don't ask me what I fucking want because I don't know, because there's other shit going on. And that's where it feels like where it's at the moment. And so it's very hard to be connected to yourself in those moments with other life things going on. Let's see where this is going for you. Yeah. So it's like we want practical guidance, but at the same time it's like, well, everything I've tried isn't working, and now I'm getting, again, there's this other layer of frustration that comes through, and doubt creeps in, right? When it gets more and more and things pile up, we have doubt. Oh, no worries, Kimberly. Again, okay, peace of mind comes in there. Nine of Cups is also there. I get this energy of, like, I want to cry, and then there's this reminder of, like, everything comes when it's meant to come, everything comes in at exactly the right time. And although we know that, because everyone's seen that example of that happen before, sometimes we just don't trust it, right? So you've got that energy that comes through. You've also got the Two of Cups here, which is, again, that peace card from the Oracle deck. Nine of Cups is here, and this is that card of, like, happiness and joy, and yes, you know, it's been saved because, you know, something's finally aligned. are you meant to be doing? Victories again. We have Six of Wands, which is victories, triumphs. Things will work out. Four of Pentacles, this is financial stability. However, we're taking some time to get there. The Emperor, you know, his message can sometimes tell you, hang on, because it takes time to align these things. It takes time for perfection. And again, we don't want to hear that when we have all the other pressures building up around us. I want to know, is there something that you... Yeah, see, you've still got messages to go inwards. With the High Priestess as well. Listen to your intuition. And again, I know it can be tricky when we've got everything else piling up around us and we don't feel like we can trust ourselves, because maybe there was an instance where we thought, oh yes, that job is great, and then we went to apply for that job and didn't get the job. So it's hard to sit into that space of trust, and it's hard to listen to your intuition. Five of Wands is the ego card. This is that back and forth chatter that we have with ourselves that tells us, you know, why something doesn't work out. And we're very good at telling ourselves how things cannot work out. We can think of a million scenarios in regards to that, but none of it's beneficial, right? It just keeps us in that loop. Three of Cups is also here. So there is finances coming. There's abundance, celebrations, joy, especially with the Four of Cups there too. When is this? February is being highlighted. February of this year, just to be clear. I want to ask if you, what sort of jobs have you been applying for? Do you have food experience? The reason I ask that is I see you going into something, but very quickly managing whatever it is. But it feels like some sort of like hospitality or something along those lines. Maybe it's customer service in a service station or something. There's something there. Doing some sort of customer service role. Strength for now. Inner strength, inner courage. Stop fighting with yourself. Because again, we've got that Knight of Swords here. Yeah, I don't see... Initially I thought it was food, but it doesn't feel like it's food orientated. It feels more like a customer service role. Like think... I don't know, like IGA or service station. I don't know why service station, but whatever this is, whatever role you step into, I feel like there's some sort of promotion very quickly, and I see you enjoying the people that you work with, and I feel much lighter as well. because there is, you know, it's easy to get up, it's easy to go to work. You know, it's easy to say yes if potentially they ask me to extend my shift for a bit. It just feels like you just slip into that space. It's really good. Just don't know what this is though. But there's some sort of, yeah, again, there's some sort of promotion, some sort of supervisory role, something along those lines. But definitely more responsibility than when you started, and I feel like it's a quick transition. So like within the first month to 6 weeks, like we're not waiting around for the 3-month probation. You've pretty much got it, whatever that is. Definitely working with people. Work on ways that work on ways at the moment that support your just keep it keep open to whatever's coming. But I want to say work on ways that support your mental focus in harder days. You know how we can have all crappy hard days, and sometimes for some people it can be hard to shift back out of that and bring your mindset back on track. So work on things that support mindset, and to remind you that not everything is crumbling, that you're going to be okay. And sometimes we've got to trick ourselves into believing that our outer world is absolute bullshit, and what I see with my physical eyes is not the reality of everything, and things are changing. I'm just waiting for that to transition and manifest into my physical reality. So bring the delulu if you need to, right? Yeah, because there's all these you have to be, it's the thought process. This Knight of Swords, 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords. These are all those internal struggles. So this is big here. And this is where that strength and that perseverance to get through all of that can be helpful. Even Page of Swords. Page of Swords is like, even though you feel like there's a need to hurry this up along and you want to try and control the aspect of that, maybe you don't want to control it, but sometimes somewhere in there we like want to hurry things along. She's like, be careful kind of thing, because she's harming herself, right? So maybe you need the rest right now, and maybe you can hold on to that when you're having those tougher days where you're struggling, and you go, no, this is a necessary part of the journey. And find a more positive way to look on that, one that supports your mindset as well. A Hermit at the bottom of the deck, as well as Knight of Swords. So don't, I keep asking you to go inwards. Use the time, use this quiet for rest. But yeah, I see by February things changing. When in February though? Mid-February. I want to say by mid-February it comes in your radar. There might be some sort of interviewing process that goes along with that. And it could be just that you're, you know, you're walking along, going to grab a coffee with someone or going to meet someone, and you see something in a shop window or something along those lines too. Becs, just be open to all the ways in which it can find you. And that's your reading, love. Sometimes we can I just scroll back to your comment that said that you'll need to apply more broadly. Sometimes that can be helpful, but sometimes it's all, you know, it's been proven that applying willy-nilly to different places and being stuck in a job role that we don't love because we feel that crunch and pressure of, you know, societal burdens or whatever, that we've created this to ourselves, right? It's part of our story, part of our narrative, and whatever dialogue we tell ourselves in those scenarios, sometimes doing something we don't love, like I'm going to apply for this because maybe I'll get it, and maybe it's something that I could easily fulfill and learn to like until something better comes along. Sometimes those types of situations don't work for us. So allow the opportunity to find you when the time is right. But by all means, you know, do what is in your control. Because again, it's a catch-22, right? When we're learning to not only sit in our truth, but to, oh, sorry, I sent an invitation to someone, just ignore it. It's not for you. Yeah. It's a tricky one. Because we're trying to keep our heads above water with all the other pressures, right? You're so very welcome, Becs.